With vaccinations now ramping up and businesses reopening, people are, guess what? Eager to travel, to get out of the house. Our travel expert, Tania joining us now. Tania, good morning.
Good morning, Roll.
People want to get, you're busier than ever.
I've never seen anything like this.
Wow.
It is absolutely insane. People are raring to go. We're calling it something, revenge travel is the
Revenge
word that
travel.
we're, yeah. It's as if people realize I can't take travel for granted anymore. And so they're absolutely wanting to make up for lost time for everything that was canceled and whatnot.
So the
And
revenge,
so
yeah,
we
the revenge is against kind of like what we've been forced to deal with for the last 12, 13 months. Like, I'll show you, watch me travel.
That's right. Absolutely. It's insane. But you do have to keep in mind that Americans can't travel everywhere.
Right.
Honestly, it's as if, the floodgates have been opened, thankfully. So I'm so happy to be here talking about travel once again.
Okay, so where can Americans go right now? That's kind of the question. Where can I go? Where can I not go?
And it's confusing because, I think it's since this has never been seen before, it's confusing as to where we can go. But as Americans, we can go to over 50 countries at the moment. But you have to be really cautious before you do go anywhere and make sure that you learn the rules and regulations of every single country before you actually travel.
Any word on Europe? Because I know France and England, the UK, they've had their issues, kind of setbacks with this.
Yeah, and again, it's super confusing because right now we can go to the Caribbean, we can go to Mexico, we can go to Africa, but Europe is not necessarily on the list just yet because they don't even know. So even in between the EU, there's questions, and they say that about June 2nd they will know whether they can travel between the EU. And Americans, we don't know when they will allow us to go into Europe.
Right.
But there are countries that are allowing, for example, Croatia you can go to right now because if you are vaccinated. Greece is coming up on the list, as well as Iceland. And it's interesting because everybody's raring to go, but we can't just yet. So I say if you want to go to Europe, I'd wait to about the end of the summer if
Okay.
you're desperate to go.
Okay. What about the requirements before you travel? Because I mean, we were talking in the last couple of days. If I'm going here, if I'm going there, different states have different rules. How do you find out by the time you're going to travel if the rules have changed or updated? How do you know?
One thing for sure is testing will not go away anytime soon. So negative testing, no more than 72 hours, will be required regardless of where you go. And of course, if you're coming back, it doesn't matter where you come back from into the States, you have to have the negative test. Many countries like Jamaica or Bahamas, they're asking for you to fill out an application online before you arrive. And some countries still require quarantine, for example, the
Oh.
UK, they're required when you arrive. And some are self-quarantine, some are actually imposed by the government in the sense that they actually pay for you to quarantine. And another one is vaccines.
Yeah.
So vaccination is, as I was saying, like Iceland, if you want to go to Iceland right now, you can get in if you have a vaccine. Cruising is a huge one right now that you will have to have the vaccine before you actually get onto cruise. And on fox5sandiego.com, we put a link to, it's called CIBT visas, and it is updated pretty much every hour on the hour so that you can see what the rules and regulations are.
Are the rules different if if you're fully vaccinated, do you still need to take the test and be negative, or is the fact that you're fully vaccinated enough or not?
No, actually, a lot of places they're requiring you to be vaccinated, and
Oh,
then they require you to take a test
wow.
on arrival and on departure. Yeah, so cruises are they're still testing regardless if you have the vaccine or not.
Okay, so here's what I found interesting. Where are Americans going? Because it's not what you may think right off the top of your head.
No, I was super surprised as well. So, I mean, obviously, you have the Wild West, California, national parks, Florida. They're swamped, right? They're just. But the number one place, I mean, it is pretty much a natural playground, is Alaska. And you're probably questioning, wait,
Alaska.
there's no cruising, right? The U.S. Canada no sail order is until next year, but people are getting there via air. And it's obviously a natural playground and it naturally lends itself to social distancing. But yikes, the demand to go to Alaska is insane. The glaciers, the heli skiing, the bears, Denali National Forest. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, it
And
looks
well, also
beautiful, yeah.
and remember that a lot of people can't do their safari this year, right? So
Right.
they're going to Alaska instead.
Fascinating. I mean, I want to go to Alaska at some point, but I think I want to go when it's like cold and snowy and
No,
it's
you want to go in the summer.
Alaska-y.
No, go during the summer. This is the best time to go for sure.
You know what? We're all getting out there. We got to get some trips on the books. Even if it's the end of summer, end of the year, we got, just kind of for mental health, if nothing else. Right, Tanya?
No, 100. And also the availability. Remember,
right.
You have to start planning now.
Oh, Tanya Swasbrook, what would we do without you? I'd be lost. I don't know where to go. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Roel.
All right.